When it's going on, the steam engine is pulling.
Just raise it up, it'll automatically. What do you have to reach up? You got one? See this block right there? Pull it back like that, and then we'll pick that.
The oldest timetable we've ever found for our short line was in the Strasburg newspaper dated August of 1852. We still follow that same basic schedule today, so I can tell you that we're traveling at a comfortable speed that's under 60 miles per hour. Way under 60 miles per hour. Preparing all of our steam engines for early service is not as simple as turning the ignition key. A coal locomotive can take up to 6 hours to fire up properly. This is done by gradually raising the temperature inside the firebox to increase steam pressure in the boiler. It's a process known as hustling. Our staff will also provide full inspection of the locomotive, locate a multitude of moving parts, and ensure the tender is filled with enough coal and water for the day's journey.
common route.
Doesn't exist.
Not anymore.
Well, I'm in Central Jersey. I'm in South Jersey, and I don't live in Central Jersey. I grew up just outside of Winslow Junction.
I got you. Man, that was still worth something in those days.
Yeah, we had transit going through and Conrail back in the day.
Southern New Jersey, I'm surprised they're not bankrupt. They're that bad.
They're trying. They're trying.
Push the way back,
passing our Gross Picnic Road. We will not be stopping in this direction, but if you'd like to get off the train and have yourself a picnic, please make sure that you let one of our uniformed train crew members know. We provide free of charge the picnic benches, the barbecues, and the playground equipment. All you need to do is provide the food. You get off any westbound train and can get on any later westbound train. You miss none of the ride. Just don't miss that last 6 o'clock train back to Strasburg, as it is a long, long walk. Now, that big white house off in the valley is a typical Lancaster County Amish farm. It is neat, it is clean, but it is very plain. There are no curtains, no telephones, no radio, no television, no electricity, and certainly no automobile as this farmer drives a buggy. The produce consists of corn, wheat, rye, hay, barley, alfalfa, soybeans, and the famous Lancaster County broadleaf tobacco. And of course, that's in addition to the dairy cattle and the several workhorses and mules that are there to help out with the hard work of farming. Now, slowly we're going to come to a stop in just a few moments, and that's because we're going to blow our whistle for Carpenter's Crossing. But off in that valley to the running right, there used to be a narrow gauge road called the Lancaster, Oxford, and Southern. And with the initials LO and S, it was given the nickname the Little, Old, and Slow. With that nickname, it didn't last very long, and legend has it they took the tracks up so quickly that it stranded one of their trains out on the line with no way to get back to its station or its shed. Sometimes, when we stop and blow our warning whistle for Carpenter's Crossing, the ghost of that old abandoned engine will answer our locomotive back. So, quiet down and listen off to the running right-hand side of the train, and let's just see if the ghost of old Lancaster, Oxford, and Southern number 6 is out in the valley this morning.
Ain't nothing to see. I won't get
Echo? Which one of you said Echo? No, folks, that's no Echo. We pay that ghost $27.50 a day to sit out there and blow that whistle for us, making them the highest paid employee on the railroad, as a matter of fact. And while none of us have actually ever seen that ghost, we know they're out there because someone keeps cashing all those checks. Speaking of ghosts, Carpenter's Crossing is next. Is anyone aboard for the graveyard? To the left of the crossing sits the small stone gray wall of Carpenter Cemetery, the oldest in Lancaster County. In it is buried Marie Ferry. She and her settlers fled from France in the early 1700s and eventually settled here to escape religious persecution. They eventually got a land grant from William Penn himself for 2 square miles right here in 1712, and it was they who named their colony Paradise. And remember, folks, back in 1712, this was the western frontier of the American colonies. Now, those of you in our open-air accommodations will notice we're going up on a fill, and shortly we'll be going over a bridge. You shouldn't see it, or at least I hope you don't, as it is supposed to be underneath of us. But you will see where the dirt road of the Pumpkinville Turnpike goes directly underneath our tracks. Now, we do need some cooperation as we go over the bridge. After doing some very unscientific research, we found that if you lift your feet and don't rock the cars, it takes some strain off these coaches and some weight off that bridge. So, as we cross underneath, make sure you lift those feet and sit very still, and we'll make it so that that bridge will be there for when and if we return. Here we go. And the Amish. Within Lancaster County, there are more than 74,000 of these people. They live a quiet, peaceful life of hard work and deep religious devotion, exactly as their forefathers did when they arrived from Germany and Switzerland 300 years ago. Nothing has changed really, not their style of dress, nor their mode of travel. Their entire way of life is exactly the same today as it was 3 centuries ago. These are a peaceful and prosperous people, contributing greatly to the farming economy of Lancaster County, and the Strasburg Railroad is very happy to have them as our neighbors.
It was slow enough on the job. The only thing I couldn't do, of course I opened the back. Neither one of us
Labour Place Junction is next, where the main line of the Strasburg meets the main line of Amtrak. A short distance ahead, our tracks will curve sharply to the left, and we'll come up along what was once the Pennsylvania Railroad main line, the Great Broad Way between New York and Chicago. Originally part of the Philadelphia and Columbia Railroad, it was opened in 1857 when it became a part of the mighty Pennsylvania Railroad. This was a busy stop on the Pennsy 2 with more than 30 trains scheduled to stop here each way in 1898. 4 mainline tracks remained here until 1961. Today, those 2 tracks that remain are owned by Amtrak. It's part of their high-speed Keystone corridor between Philadelphia and Harrisburg. And it provides a vital transportation link long-distance travelers and commuters alike. The track on the direct to the right of our train is our interchange track that is used to get those freight cars you saw at our East Strasburg yard back up to our local customers. It's also the track where our locomotive will be passing us on in just a few short moments. Where the big white building stands today once stood Henry Lehman's Hotel. Back when trains were pulled by horses, this was a horse changing station. Henry Lehman provided refreshments for the passengers and fresh horses for the train.
No, they're too far away to make it.
We will be coming to a stop in just a few short moments, folks. I would ask you to please not move from car to car while we are stopped. And we'll be here for just a few minutes as our locomotive switches ends and runs around our train on our immediate right. It's a fantastic opportunity for photographs. Our engine crew today is Dan, Ross, and Tyler. Be sure to give them a wave, a cheer, and a smile as they come on by. You know, it really brightens up their day and puts them in the mood to hook back onto the train. We don't want to be left here in paradise.
Are you still filming the whole time?
Old 475's tender holds 10 tons of coal and 10,000 gallons of water. And it's a good thing because that locomotive will burn about 1,000 pounds of that coal and 1,000 gallons of that water will be boiled to make the steam we need to make it up this hill. All hand fired into a 2,000 degree Fahrenheit firebox by your firemen. So while they get on with the very hard work of getting a steam locomotive up the hill, why don't you settle in and enjoy the sights, sounds, and perhaps even the smells of old-time railroading here on Strasburg Railroad. All aboard, Rossgrove is next. Rossgrove. here today aboard the train. Please help me welcoming in coach number 65, the Strasburg family.
But I have to be back by 3.
And just in case you thought that they were running up on car number 65, we also have McCarter Coach and Travel from Beaver County, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and West Virginia. And folks, we're not done just yet, because in that group from the McCarter Coach and Travel Company, we want to wish a very happy 14th anniversary to Debbie and Mike Costello in car number 65. Happy anniversary, guys! And we're glad you're spending it here with us on the Strasburg Railroad.
Even people say better than you all. Purchase a Wagner scheme. Check it.
It turns out I didn't say enough things about car number 65. With the Strasburg family, we have a 5-year anniversary for David and Ring Ellinger. Happy 5-year anniversary. And if anybody else in car number 65 is, give a shout out here. We're here. Cross Picnic Grove is next. Cross Grove is next. If you are getting off our train to enjoy a picnic lunch, this is your stop.
Yep.
Getting off at this stop, please make your way to a uniformed member of our train crew. Do not attempt to get off the train by yourself at any closed gates.
Something else. It's already more here. Oh, the college. Hey, Pete, I was on rail cam. I stuck my head out like that. So 63 people got to see me do that.
Well, folks, that whistle signal means that Mr. Conductor has told our locomotive we will not be stopping at Cross Picnic Grove, so please remain seated. Next stop, East Strasburg Station. Next stop, East Strasburg.
And they only lose just once in a while.
That's weird. Look at the rail. It's brand new too. They were storing freight cars on this. I guess they stopped doing it.
And it's still running train up there.
I mean,
We ain't getting convenient lines that way.
no, they run every night.
Up here?
Yeah, it's just that they don't bring it this way anymore because over there where they put the cars, they built a whole new train yard. And they prefer to have everything in use. They say they don't want to bring the freight cars this way because it hurts the track. They bring some of it this way. Only a little bit. It's only once every couple days.
Yeah, at night.
No, like 4 o'clock in the morning. Within 2 hours of NS drive.
And I'm going to say when you're recording, there's no mutual fighting. Oh, wait a minute. I know what to call you in the video. Troublelicious. Oh, yeah. I will feel that air flowing out the window. You're going to get got. Troublelicious.
I think you're right. This is starting to move in.
Yeah, that's why when I get back, I'm going to
The Strasburg station where you purchased your ticket is emblematic of a small town depot over a century ago. Originally built for the Reading Railroad, it stood in East Petersburg, Pennsylvania, when it was built in 1892.
Because if it rains on the corn, I have to let it dry.
It was moved to the East Strasburg location by truck in sections in the 1960s. Along the mall from the station, there's a whole host of activities to occupy your time on our property. Check into one of our 2 gift shops where we have all kinds of railroad memorabilia and souvenirs for folks of all ages, shapes, sizes, and budgets. If you're hungry, stop in to Cafe 1830. Provide a plate to eat or a complete meal. And stop into the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania across the street. They have one of the finest collections of railroading equipment in the country, and is one of the Commonwealth's most popular museums. As we arrive at East Strasburg, I do have a final few safety reminders. First and foremost, please remain seated until our train comes to a final stop in the station. These old coaches can buck and kick a little bit as we come to a stop, so let all that energy dissipate before you attempt to get off. When you do get off, please make sure you only do so on the left-hand side of the train, that is the station side, the platform side, and do so at gates and doors which would have been open for you. Please do not attempt to open any gates on your own. And just like our train passed us in Paradise, number 475 will be running around Arkansas to head out with our 12 o'clock train. So when you do go to leave the property and go back to the parking lot, please only do so at the 2 marked pedestrian crossings and only after you have stopped, looked, and listened to make sure that it is safe to cross. We want to take this opportunity to thank you for joining us here this Saturday morning on the road to Paradise. That ticket to our train is not only your ticket to get aboard, but is a contribution to preserving the past. By the time we reach the station, you will have traveled 9 miles over the rails of history. And it is your contributions that make all of this possible. Again, thank you very much for joining us this morning. We do run trains year-round. Thomas the Tank Engine will be joining us the next 2 weeks pulling trains. And we do have our business tickets available. So check out our complete schedule of events at www.strasburgrailroad.com. Again, that web address is strasburgrailroad.com. East Strasburg Station is next. East Strasburg is next on the change.
Brandon, I told you. I don't know.
Is that supposed to be the mascot?
I guess so. get my fulfillment.